Hey Guest Services, it's Friday, September 2nd, 2016. I'm Mitchell, your Guest Services leader. I just want to say I'm back this week, came back from a great Fusion camp. I got to see lives changed. There are people who made the most important decision of their life there. We had a ton of fun, and I'm exhausted, and I'm ready to be back and get back to the grind of Guest Services. I wanted to talk about something kind of a little bit of vision casting and kind of go through some of the hierarchy of how I make decisions. I have four categories in this hierarchy. It's kingdom, church, ministry, and self. And so when I think about the decisions that need to be made for Guest Services, or just kind of decisions I make in general, I think number one, is this best for God's kingdom? Is this going to honor God? Is this going to, make him mad? And maybe more along the lines of, is this sinful? Is this something that God would be upset about? And so if it's not sinful, if it's not displeasing to God, then I say, okay, that's where we want to go. If I feel like this is God's will, then I check that off of, yes, it meets that baseline. It's God's kingdom. The next hierarchy category is church. So I think, if this is good for God's kingdom, is this good for God's church? And I think, is this going to be something that builds up community? Is this something that's going to make more disciples, more Christians? That will this bring more people to the church? The third one is ministry. Is this something that builds up the ministry that I'm a part of? Is this going to be detrimental, or is this going to be something that really makes this ministry grow? And then the last one is myself. And so if it's something that is it something that I like? Is it something that I'm going to be happy with? But ultimately, if it meets the first criteria of, is this honoring God, even if it's not something that helps the church, I say, we have to do it. If this is something that makes God happy, and not doing it would make him unhappy, that's what we have to do. If it gets to be able to do the two, where it makes God happy and it helps the church, then, we do it. And even if it was to hurt the ministry that I'm a part of, and if it helps all three, where it's kingdom, church, and ministry, but something that I don't like, it's something that we need to do because ourselves, as volunteers, as leaders, we have to put ourselves last in order to make God's kingdom grow first, the church grow second, and our ministry grow third. So that's kind of how I make decisions, and I would invite you guys to use that model, because it's something that really does. It helps you think, how am I making this decision? How am I reacting to decisions being made? Is this something that really does help God's kingdom, the church, the ministry, and realize where, if it meets the first one, the second one, maybe hurts the last two, you can still say this is a good thing. I have a challenge for you guys, something that really was great from this week off of Guest Services, and just focusing on investing in these kids, as we had a lot of time of devotion, a lot of time to read our Bible and to pray. And so I would challenge you guys to spend 5 minutes in prayer with God this week, and to read a chapter in the Bible, and just sit and listen and wait for God to move, to prepare your heart for what God's going to do in you this weekend. I think that would be a great thing. So that's it. I'm excited to see you guys. I'll see you guys 45 minutes before your serving time this weekend. And remember, a chapter a day keeps the devil away. God bless.